Lipas has come to meetings at Cold Spring Harbor, the laboratory I run. And 2 years ago, was talking about his method for finding the fetal blood cells in maternal blood for genetic diagnosis. And so when he invited me, I thought, well, he's done something important. You know, and you think, you know, Cyprus is, you know, nothing important would happen here. But in fact, it's very good science. So it is more or less just acknowledging there's something good happening here. I wouldn't have come, you know, just...
Do you think Pauling didn't get the merit he deserved? Do you think his contribution...
No, well, he didn't... For one, Pauling didn't read the literature.
Which is another thing you were talking about.
The most important literature he didn't read was his own. Yes, in 1939, and then he repeated it in print in a talk in Manchester, England, in the, about 1948. He said the DNA would replicate through complementarity. And, you know, the DNA replicates the double helix through complementarity. So Pauling said it. The other is he didn't know that adenine and thymine were similar in guanine and thymine, so he didn't read the literature. So he was being sloppy.
I mean, she wasn't really a chemist, was she?
She wasn't a crystallographer. She was a physical chemist. She had never learned the technical language of crystallography.
Do you think she knew how important that one X-ray was? And she sat on it for eight months.
No, she had it for some reason. She did not want the answer to be a helix. And there was this, you know, she sent out notices of a party to celebrate the death of the helix, and that was in the summer of 1952.
Just before
7 months. The death of the helix, she sent out notices. So...
But she had the X-ray when she said...
Yes, yes. None of the medicines work. They become resistant to all medicine. And the question is why? You know, radiation therapy works, and when it fails, then the chemotherapy fails. And people have speculated, and some people have written articles which I think are actually give the answer, but no one's paid any attention to them. So I don't think I have an original idea, I'm saying, but I'm trying to say that I'm just talking about ideas which I think are right, other people, but they've failed to convince the general community that...
Do you feel there's a change in the culture around in the scientific community? The way we do things different? I mean, reading the double helix,
okay.
This feeling
So one thing I will say tomorrow is that I think all these new targeted drugs stink. Okay? They're awful. Okay? Now, no one says that because it sort of would mean our research is failing. So, you know, they want to give the impression that really this is a dynamic field with real results. Okay? And partly, you know, they all got financial interest in their own drug, and they will make money if this drug is approved.